So, I want to thank everyone for joining today, and this is the fourth one of these FlashPanel live events that we've done, and the purpose is really just to go through some of the updates that we've done inside of the product, and some of the plans for the future, some of the initiatives that we have going on, really just to get our customers, partners, just the ecosystem in general up to speed on what we're working on. So these range from about 20 minutes to 30 minutes. We'll try to keep it pretty short. If you have any questions, you can ask the questions in the YouTube stream on the top right, or have any comments or anything like that, and we'll try to answer those as we go through. So what I want to talk about today is a little bit about this survey that we recently sent out to all of our customers. We gathered some really interesting information. The purpose behind the survey was pricing, understanding what our customers were willing to pay and how they valued FlashPanel. So we're going to go through a little bit of the learnings from that. We're going to talk about the reseller console that we've recently announced, talk about what we've added to FlashPanel now, what we're planning on adding, and some additional initiatives that we're currently working on. So, FlashPanel, just in terms of adoption, has continued to grow pretty consistently. We're at a little bit over 17,000 organizations using the product. It's reaching about 8 million users, and all over the world. And this, I think this is a testament to the product and to us listening to our customers and delivering functionality that Google Apps administrators are looking for. So when we look at the pricing strategy and how do we want to price our product, we asked a number of questions to all of our customers. We had over 2,000 organizations respond to the survey. And what we heard is customers really want a very simple pricing model. It sounds to me like they don't want to have a bunch of different plans and with different features. I saw it over and over and over again that customers are looking for something simple. They're going with Google Apps, which is $50 a user a year, simple price point. It's easy to do the math, and they're looking for something similar as it relates to pricing. So we heard that, but then we needed to go a little bit deeper, and what we realized is as we segmented our customers, we found that business and government gave us pretty similar responses in terms of how they valued the product, and it was pretty consistent across the board, small, large. It was actually interesting to see that. But when we got to EDUs, when we got to the schools that are using our product, there was a real difference between how K through 12 schools looked at the product versus universities or colleges. It was a different, just in terms of how they valued the product. I think a lot of it, when we dug into it, had to do with the budgeting and the funds that they have available to them, and of course the fact that Google Apps is given to them for free. So we've been looking a little bit closer at these two different segments, and some of the feedback that we got is that people, administrators want to pay for their faculty and staff, not for all the students that are there in the organization, but really in the school, but really faculty and staff, and staying focused on that. And nonprofit was a whole different realm and a different viewpoint on how they wanted to pay for the product. So we got really interesting information. We know that we need to give you ample notice before we start charging, and whether that be for budgeting purposes, whether that just be for approval purposes, we understand that, and we've said we're going to give our customers at least 90 days. So at least 90 days to budget, to prepare, to get approval for buying FlashPanel. The plan at the moment is to have the product be release paid plans sometime in the September time frame, sometimes towards that part of the year, maybe September, October time frame. And so we'll have to tell everyone in the June, July kind of time frame what the pricing is going to be, how it's going to be structured, and we're planning on giving our beta customers, and I've been saying this since the beginning, the people who have helped us, who've helped build this product, we're going to give you guys an opportunity to purchase the product at a discount for the help that you've given us. So if you do have questions about pricing, you can always email info@bettercloud.com. We'll respond to you really quickly, give you an idea of generally what we're thinking, and we can, like I said, if you're a large organization, we can work with you. If you're a school, we're happy to work with you. We want you to continue using our product. So this survey was probably the best survey I've ever conducted in my professional career in terms of gathering information, and our goal is to set a price that our customers believe is fair, and that's how we've done everything, and we're just going to continue down that path. The other area that we dug into was the Google Apps resellers. The resellers for us are very important. They're important partners to us to go to market. We don't have a sales team. We don't have people on our team that are actually responsible for this. We want to work with our channel partners to distribute FlashPanel and to help install it and train customers on it. And when we surveyed our users, we found out that that 35% of the respondents to the survey did not know that resellers existed. That to me, honestly, that was surprising, based on what I've seen in this ecosystem and how valuable resellers are. I was actually surprised by that number, and that was not just small organizations. That was across the entire size spectrum, and so that was very interesting to me. And I think what I wanted to do, and what we've been writing a little bit about on our blog and some other articles, is really do a better job of helping the resellers even explain their value to this ecosystem. To me, when you look at it, whether it's migration up front and moving your email over to Google Apps from Exchange or Lotus Notes, or maybe it's even now as Google Drive is becoming more prevalent in the enterprise and you want to move your file servers over to Google Drive, the resellers have that expertise. They've done it hundreds of times, and they can help with that. The other piece that and this is valuable as it relates to FlashPanel, is user training and change management. There's a big need for that, especially as you're making this kind of a switch. If you really want your users to completely adopt the entire suite, I think the change management process is extremely important, and spending time, money, energy in that arena it's extremely important. I think it creates it really drives the engagement inside of the Google Apps suite. Then you start looking at custom app dev and third-party application recommendations. This is the longer term. How can resellers really help you make better use of the suite and bring in these other applications that are surrounding it? So again, this is more. This is less of an update really on our company. This is more as it relates to the ecosystem. I feel like there needs to be more visibility for resellers, and we're going to try to help with that, because I do believe that they're key in the successful migration to Google, and more importantly, really the engagement across the suite and the surrounding applications, which FlashPanel is one of them. If you're out there and you've gone Google or you haven't gone Google and you're looking for a reseller now to help you with the move, or you've already gone Google and you're looking for a reseller to help you with some of these other items that are on the list, you can email me, dave@bettercloud.com. I'll get back to you with a recommendation based on where you are, what you're looking for. I'm happy to help if I can. So when we look at this information and we look at this group of partners for us, we announced just about a week and a half ago, our new FlashPanel reseller console. And I know that a lot of people who attend this FlashPanel live event are actually customers, and we have some partners here, but it's usually mostly customers. So I want you to understand this tool, because I think that for those of you that are working with resellers, which is a big portion of you, I want you to understand this tool and how this should be able to help your reseller give you better service long term. So this tool it's a tool that actually gives resellers insights into their domains, the domains that they're currently managing, that they've helped go Google. Our tool, the idea is to give better visibility across their entire customer base, and be able to offer things like monitoring service to see if users on your domain as a customer are running out of drive space, if they're running out of email space. Are you seeing this increased adoption of Google Drive in a specific OU inside of your organization? And there's an opportunity to really leverage that and expand outside of that. Seeing if there's be able to actually help you manage your Google Apps domain better if you allow them access into your FlashPanel account. Helping with renewals. Renewals can sometimes be a little bit of a cumbersome process as it relates to Google Apps and depending on how many services you currently have. So helping with that renewal process. So we have this product. We outline it on reseller.flashpanel.com. And again, as a customer, and let me show you just a quick screenshot of what this looks like. So the idea here is as a reseller, you have visibility into which domains are renewing, when are they renewing. You get an idea of how your organization is doing, how it's growing. Our customers on the annual plan, on the flexible plan. You can see here on the right-hand side, you can get an idea of, are there training opportunities? So it's hard, it may be too small for you guys to see, but you can see our customers running out of space, licenses, drive, and the idea is that over time this becomes a proactive monitoring service for resellers, and they can offer this this as a service to their customers. So this is something that is pretty new for us, but we already have about 10 or 15 partners up and running. And we're hoping that this helps them better serve their customers. So when we talk about our roadmap and what's been happening, the major change that we recently made was around our syncing process. I think many of you know, customers, partners, Googlers on this today, there's a process in which we have to go and sync your data from your Google Apps domain into FlashPanel. And this is the case for all ISVs that are in the marketplace. If they're syncing their applications with Google Apps, they have to go through this process, through the APIs, grabbing your data, making sure it's in sync, looking at the differences, and presenting that to you. So we have actually defaulted now. We were defaulting to one automatic scheduled sync a week. We're now running it 3 times a week by default. You can actually increase it to 5 times a week on your own in the settings section. And you can run manual syncs whenever you want. You can run unlimited manual syncs. So if you go into the application and we synced it for you on Tuesday and it's Wednesday and you want to make sure that the data is fresh, let's say, then you can run that sync right there as many times as you want. And the idea for us is to make sure that this gets to as close to real time as possible. So this is something that we've been working towards, is getting our sync process to as close to real time as possible. And let me just say and be clear that if you make changes inside of FlashPanel, those changes will be reflected in Google real time. So this is only for changes that you make inside of the control panel and that get pushed to FlashPanel. What we're finding is that most organizations have now moved all of their provisioning of users, deprovisioning, all their email settings. They're using FlashPanel to do that instead of the control panel. And so they're not actually running into these challenges. But if you're using Active Directory and you're syncing Active Directory to your Google Apps account, then the sync actually makes a difference because your users are going to go first into Google Apps and then we need to sync them into FlashPanel. So in addition to this, we've been working on making these syncs, first of all, faster, and we've been clearing up quite a bit of some of the bugs that we had throughout the product, and that's what we've been working on really the last couple of months. And I think that you'll find that the application is moving faster. We've added some enhancements here and there, but they're enhancements that make actually a very big difference. So, for example, one of the enhancements that we recently made, it seems like a small enhancement, but the only step of the deprovisioning workflow process that you could not do inside of FlashPanel was renaming the document owners, the document ownership to someone else. So as you're deprovisioning a user and you're removing them from the directory, you're changing their password, you're delegating their email account, you're changing their group ownership. The only step in this entire process that you had to go into the control panel was the transferring of document ownership. So what we've done is we've moved that into the FlashPanel workflow. So now you can go through workflow from all the way at the beginning to deleting a user without ever having to leave FlashPanel, without ever having to leave this one specific wizard. This is for the people who use deep provision workflow. This is a small but I think very impactful change that we've made to the product. Another feature which you're going to see, this is going to be out I believe on Monday of next week, is calendar delegation and calendar management. One of the areas that we hadn't yet integrated with was calendars, and so we have now integrated with calendars. And on Monday, I believe Tuesday, you're going to see this calendar delegation show up on a user profile page. So if you go to any user on your domain, you're actually going to see their primary calendar, their particular calendar, and then any other calendars owned by that person. And you'll have the ability to delegate access and granular access over that calendar, over that person's calendar. This gets us closer and closer to really having the coverage across the entire suite. So this is something that we're working on. Another area that we haven't yet integrated with, which is coming in about 2 weeks, is Google Sites. So we are working on getting Google Sites management and security into FlashPanel. And that's going to look to you as the administrator, that's going to look as like the Drive tab looks today. You're going to have a dashboard. You're going to be able to look at who owns which sites, how they're being shared, how they're being accessed. So calendar and sites management, actually calendar resources will be coming with that. So that's continuing to expand FlashPanel into touching more areas of the Google Apps Suite, and we've heard over and over and over again that those are areas that our customers want. So those are things that are coming in this upcoming sprint. And then I want to talk a little bit about some other initiatives that we currently have going on. And the first one is one that I've been wanting to do for a while, and we just haven't really had the scale and the resources to do this, but we have started now doing user group meetings. So we've now held 2 user group meetings, one in Atlanta in our office there, one in New York, our office here and our office in Atlanta. We're going to be doing one in Boston and one in Washington, D.C. And the idea with these user groups is to get users together with our team and talk about what is it that they like. What is it that they want to see more of? What would they like to see in the roadmap? Actually talking to each other. The last user group meeting that we had a lot of restaurants involved. And so they spoke about how they use Google Apps in their particular environment. And that was extremely useful. From the feedback we got from them, extremely useful. So we're going to be doing more of these user groups. The next 2 are going to be Boston and DC. You can email gail@bettercloud.com if you're interested in attending, if you're in one of those cities, or if you're in another city and you're interested in having being part of this, please email us and we'd be happy to get a group of customers in that city together. We're really trying, as always, with this company, we've tried to engage with our customers, and as we get bigger and our reach continues to expand, we actually want to get more personal in the feedback sessions. We want to do it in person if possible, face to face, over Hangouts. But we've so far, these 2 user group meetings really did a lot for not just the roadmap, but it gets every part of the company. We've got our customer advocate teams in there. We've got our CTO. We've got our user experience team. So you've got every team is in there listening to what the customers have to say, and so it's been great. It's been great. If you're interested, we would love to do it in your city. If you're in Boston or DC, we'd love for you to join the ones that we're going to be doing there. So please email us, and we'd be happy to do that. The other piece, and I usually talk about this in some of our FlashPanel Live events, is our Ask the Guru site. And always I have to make sure everyone knows it's GOORU. So the Ask the Guru site has continued to grow in itself, and we're up to 250 or so videos. And what we've decided to do is make it more of a community project. We're going to continue creating videos. We're still making the same types of videos that we've been making for since we started this a year ago. But we've decided that we actually want others to contribute. We want the community to help us create this resource. We can only move so quickly, and we can only be experts in so many areas. So what we've done is we've set up this contributor system. We've already had, I believe, 3 or 4 contributors to the site, each one making 2 or 3 videos. Same style. They don't have to be amazing production value. They just have to speak about a very specific feature, function of Google Apps, how to do something in Google Apps, a tip, a trick, and it has to be impartial. We're not trying to promote any products or anything like that. We're just talking about how to do certain things inside of Google Apps. So if you're interested in contributing, you can go to the URL there, asktheguru.com/contribute, and we're actually working on a bigger project with these contributors, but our goal is to continue to deliver quality content that is not available anywhere else online to the Google Apps community. We want people who can help us with app script videos, people who can help us with sites, people who can help us with any area of the suite that you're an expert in. And we'll give you credit, by the way. So if you're an ISV, if you're a reseller, even if you're a customer, we'll give you credit in the video. We'll link to your site. We'll give you a profile page. So we want to help you put your name out there, but in the meantime, we're really trying to help the community as a whole. This is a very important project to us, and it's something that we don't make money on. We don't plan to make money on. This is really just a giving back to the community, and we'd appreciate your help. Most of the people who are on this today probably could help tremendously. So asktheguru.com/contribute. And then lastly, there's gonna be a number of us attending Google I/O this year. The entire office was working on getting tickets at 10 o'clock in the morning that day. So a couple of us are going to be going. And if you're interested in meeting up, if you want to have a meeting, just shoot Gail an email, gail@bettercloud.com, and we'll try to set something up. And we like to meet our customers, our partners, and there aren't that many opportunities to do that. So we'd appreciate if you're going. Just let us know, and we'll be available during that entire week to get together, talk about ideas that you have, things you like, things you don't, anything, how we can partner together. So I really appreciate just the support that we've been getting from the community. I just wanted to say thank you again to everyone, and the time that people take to fill out our surveys, the time that people take to email me ideas, feedback, good and bad. We really appreciate that, and we're just focused on continuing to deliver more and more functionality in FlashPanel, a higher and higher quality product, and we're going to continue to deliver what you're looking for. And so if any of the things today you want to talk about more, if you have ideas for us, you can send email to me, dave@bettercloud.com, and I'm happy to talk through that. And we'll be keeping you updated from a pricing perspective in the coming months. We'll probably be sending another survey in the June timeframe, just to give you an idea of what our price point is at that point, and get some feedback on that. So you can look out for that in June. And if you have any questions in the meantime, Dave at BetterCloud, info at BetterCloud, we'll get back to you as quickly as we can. So thank you very much for joining today, and thank you for your support. And if you have questions, you can ask them in the stream. I'm going to go see if there are any questions. Let's see here. Okay, so okay, great. Well, I appreciate everyone's time, and thank you for joining today. There were not too many questions in there, just some about pricing, but we'll answer those by email. So thank you all for joining, and hope to see you again next time.